It's embarrassing. I mean, we speak there about Aberdeen's record, off the back of European football. If you are at a big club, and as you say, you're a big club, you have to perform in Europe. You have to find a way to do it. You can speak about, the squads might not be at the level, but there was a few changes here today. There wasn't a few changes against Kilmarnock, and they were arguably as bad then as what they were today. But I'm sure, looking at the fixtures, you can go on and on about it, but Barry will have absolutely no problem getting them up for it the next game, that's for sure, because Rangers are in town. Fact. Well, but it's true, though. It's true. Well, and that's for me, that's a sad indictment of the players.
The Rangers are coming, and Aberdeen and Barry Robson will be waiting. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. You've seen it there. Kris Boyd not too happy with yesterday's performance for Aberdeen in the 6-0 defeat against Celtic. And the performance was shite. Kris Boyd has got a legitimate reason here to be upset. It was a pathetic performance for Aberdeen, and he believes that will not be the case in their next game when they take on Rangers, because according to Kris Boyd and according to a lot of people, Aberdeen only try in 4 games a season, and that would be when they take on Rangers. Last time Aberdeen took on Rangers, they defeated them in the league. They sent Michael Beale packing, and I believe they beat them also the last time before that. It was in the last game, I believe, last season, final game, Rangers played Aberdeen. In the split, I think Rangers lost by 2-0, I want to say. So Aberdeen have been beating Rangers as of late. They've beaten them twice in the league. They've got them coming up soon again in the league. And then, of course, they've got them in that Fireplay Cup final. So Aberdeen are going to have their opportunity to turn up when they take on the Rangers. But is Kris Boyd justified in his little outburst here, his little meltdown? Obviously upset. He wasn't even spitting out English at one point there. I mean, I don't know what he was saying, but he was rambling on and unable to really deliver the words he wanted. But he got his point across. His point is Aberdeen were pish. Aberdeen laid down to Celtic, and they will not lay down to Rangers. And I think there is some legitimacy to what Kris Boyd is saying. Now, I don't necessarily think that Aberdeen lay down to Celtic. I don't think they let Celtic win. However, they certainly try harder against Rangers. A win against Rangers would appear to mean more to Aberdeen than it means when they beat Celtic. Now, in fairness, it's very rare that Aberdeen beat Celtic, so we don't really know how Aberdeen celebrate, how Aberdeen react to a win against Celtic. But they do beat Rangers more often than they beat Celtic, and it means a lot to them. They enjoy it. They love it. It's the most important game they have all season. And if you just watch Aberdeen versus Rangers, then you watch Aberdeen versus Celtic, I mean, more often than not, Aberdeen will play better against Rangers. They will try harder against Rangers. Now, you could spin it and say that Rangers aren't as good as Celtic, therefore it's easier for Aberdeen to play better against Rangers, and that's certainly a case. But I think we all know that it is one of those rivalry games. I know they're not city rivals, but Aberdeen versus Rangers, for as long as I've been alive, has historically been a big rivalry. And I get it, it's not a rivalry, it's not a derby in terms of location. It's not the Dundee derby, it's not the Edinburgh derby, it's not the Glasgow derby. But Rangers versus Aberdeen has been a rivalry, and it is a big game for both clubs. And Rangers can deny it if they want, but outside of Celtic, I would also say that Aberdeen is the game that Rangers get up for the most. I think a win against Aberdeen means more to Rangers than it does than if they beat Hearts, or if they beat Hibernian, or if they beat Dundee United, or any of those teams. So I think it goes both ways. I would say that Rangers is Aberdeen's main game every year, whereas with Rangers, obviously, the Old Firm comes first. But it is a rivalry, so therefore, I think it does make sense that Aberdeen would be up for a Rangers game more than they would a Celtic game. I think Kris Boyd's right in what he's saying. Now, should he be more impartial since he is a pundit? Should he be not saying that shit? People are saying that he owes Aberdeen and Barry Robson an apology. I don't think that's the case at all. I think the only apology should come for Barry Robson and the Aberdeen players, and I think they should be giving them to the sheep, the fans, because that performance against Celtic was atrocious. Losing 6 goals, losing 3 goals, losing half the goals in injury time. They lost the same amount of goals in injury time as they lost over 90 minutes. That was shite. That was embarrassing. That was pathetic. And I think Barry Robson's lucky to be in a job. I really don't rate this guy, and I think he's got a couple of results this season that have saved his bacon. A couple of decent results in Europe. The Cup semi-final against Aberdeen, which they absolutely stole. They didn't deserve that. And then, they beat Rangers 3-1, which we've already discussed. But, look, overall, I think Barry Robson isn't the man to take Aberdeen forward. I think he should be sacked. I do think Aberdeen try more against Rangers. And it is kind of funny seeing Kris Boyd, have a little bit of a meltdown over that. But at the moment, I don't think Rangers have a lot to worry about. As things stand right now, I don't think it'll matter how hard Aberdeen try. I think Rangers will beat them both in the league and the cup. But yeah, Kris Boyd thinks that Aberdeen are going to show up when they take on Rangers, and they certainly don't show up when they take off Celtic. Do you agree with Boyd? Do you not agree with Boyd? Let us know your comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. But until then, been Fog Football. Thanks for watching, and peace.